back with more Fear the Walking Dead. This is episode 4 of season 6. Very excited to continue this season, see what's going to happen, because we were off to a hell of a start. These first 3 episodes have been really, really good. So I'm fully on board to see where the season's going to go. I don't know who we're going to be focusing on next, but we'll see. And I'm on board to see anyone, really, even if they're just revisiting some old characters. I would like to see some new ones that we haven't seen again yet this season. But, you know, if they continue the Dwight and Sherry stuff, I'd be over the moon with that as well, because that was really great. Maybe get a bit more of Morgan, because he's showing up in every episode, so I imagine he'll be like a through line for this season in that sense. But yeah, I'm really enjoying this season so far. Like, the improvement's kind of crazy, and hopefully they kind of continue to maintain that. So yeah, let's just get right into the next one.
Dear June.
Oh, he's left-handed.
I've been thinking about my dad.
That letter's going to be smudged to shit. Oh, look at that. How quaint.
Haven't lost a soul on these grounds since before I arrived. 246 days, last I heard. There's comfort in knowing that I play a part in that.
Well. Oh, double shifts for you, buddy. That sucks.
Daniel left the soul today, boy.
The dog. Excellent.
Is she even gonna recognize me?
I mean, yes. Does John think it was shady? It probably was. We're only 5 minutes into the episode, so... A clue!
Hey, man, here's that.
Hey!
You two were close, right?
He did his laundry.
I bet you did.
Murdered his friend over a can of tuna.
Yeah.
Town's elders decided to make a show of things to keep everyone...
Sounds fishy to me.
So I'll never forget what that man's body looked like the day after. Picked clean to the bone. Like a turkey on Thanksgiving.
So it looked like a skeleton.
Making people feel safe is good. Actually making them safe, that's better. Yeah?
You're right. It is.
That's true.
Although with the patrols, at least till we figure out what's what.
I appreciate that. Thank you, man.
She is being a lot more helpful than I imagined, so that's something.
We use to describe charity.
Unless she's involved.
Ah.
Oh! I love this guy.
Hey. Janice?
Oh. Oh, she could have easily gotten rid of that other earring though. It's like swallow it or something. I suppose that would pierce her from the inside and she would slowly bleed to death, so maybe not.
We were... together.
I am here for Detective John Dory. I love this.
If that's coming from intuition, or because you don't want to lose your carrier pigeon. You should be proud of the work you've done here. I know I am. And I think your daddy would be too.
How dare you bring up his daddy?
She's protecting someone.
Who?
I don't know. But you need to keep looking.
Dakota, get back in the house.
Snitches get stitches. Can sleep. Can eat. Cameron's dead. Is he digging up the body? Oh god. That's a risky move. Oh. Throat slit. Oh, hello. He's in a bit of a grave situation here. Huh. Okay, maybe he's not.
Paige is missing.
Of course it is.
We're gonna need witnesses. To what, Victor?
Her confession. I understand that you were invested in this going a different way, but people need to feel safe. And we're gonna make sure they do.
Oh, heck.
There's a spare key to a dirt bike camera headed 7 miles north, past mile marker 39. Take it. Find June.
Oh.
Get out of here. This place is rotten.
Let me go.
If you love me, let me go.
You thinking of running away?
Janice wants me to. She says, find June and get the hell out of here.
I mean, I would prefer that.
But I ain't gonna do it. A purse belonged to one of the missing women squirreled away in the back of that guy's closet. That was enough to put that sumbitch away for the rest of his life.
Sounds like your father was a hero.
He planted that purse.
Oh. I do appreciate John's moral compass,
Would have hurt.
but that might get him in trouble in this world.
But he had to do what he did. It's who he was. And I know there's people alive today who probably wouldn't have been.
Oh man.
He chose life. Even if it cost him the one he was living.
Yeah.
Deep. Wow. Half an hour ago, his tooth was like his biggest problem.
No.
Uh-oh. Oh god, she already dead. Oh no. Oh god. We don't know for sure it's her. We know for sure it's her. Oh, that sucks. I liked her. Give him hell, John. Yeah, kill the music.
You told Ginny what I was going to do? I told her that Janice was a flight risk.
Oh, Jesus. Oh, now. Come on now.
I kept you from going down with her. We could have got away. Virginia would have hunted you down and killed you both.
I mean, I do get Strand's reasoning, but I don't know if I agree with it.
Please accept this small token of our gratitude. A key to the future. Our future.
Sure.
I think you'll find this honor will afford you many privileges.
The privilege of killing you. Oh,
Jenny didn't tell you.
it's his privilege.
She transferred man based out of luck now.
This is how they buy his silence, maybe, by keeping June around. The place is rotten like his tooth. It's rotting him. Oh, no, no, no. Jonathan Dory. Don't care as long as I have you. I see what you're doing there, music choice.
Talking to you like you're not.
Oh! Uh-oh. Is the dog okay?
You okay?
Okay. Is that the guy from episode 1? Well. Oh! The key! The key! I want one of those things. Like,
What the hell do you unlock?
okay, I really, really enjoyed that episode. That was another really great one. It was cool to see a lot of focus on John again, see him, what he's been up to, kind of playing a bit of detective as well throughout the episode, which I really enjoyed. That was a cool way of, even though the world's ended and, you know, people don't have the jobs they used to have before this all started for the most part, he's going to fall them back into that kind of thing, which I thought was really interesting. And just the whole mystery they kind of had going on, like the murder mystery for the episode, and the fact that it didn't even get solved. Like, Ginny seems to have like moved some pieces around and manipulated some things so that John may just have to make peace with the fact that an innocent woman was killed and blamed for a murder she didn't commit. And I assume we may find out exactly why he was killed, this Cameron guy, and who killed him at some point. But it would also be very interesting if they never answer it and we just know someone in that community's killed him for whatever reason, and Ginny's kind of covered it up for her own reasons, like maintain order or protect a high up person, I don't know. And so I like that a lot, in that John's gonna be forced to live with that because he got promoted and June can now live with him, and he wouldn't want to lose June all over again, which he almost certainly would if he kind of spoke up about it. So that was really interesting, and I'm fascinated to see where that situation may go, and that tension, and John's kind of seeing this place as something rotten, like Janice was kind of saying. So that was really well done. I really enjoyed that, and normally I'd feel quite unsatisfied that we didn't actually find out who it was, but this was more about John and his story and his reaction to it, so I'm happy with not knowing and potentially never finding out, but I think we probably will. So yeah, everything that was cool, and seeing June again very briefly. She's back with John now, so I like that those two are reunited. We'll see if John ever opens up to her about what went down there, but hopefully June can get a lot more focus later on in another episode, because obviously it was a very quick kind of appearance. And yeah, it's just a really good insight into how the community is functioning and how it functions as well as it does, at least on like the outside kind of level. And it really is a very rotten kind of place. Some people can kind of see through it. John's kind of started to see through it. I like how we started with the letter to June, like being quite optimistic about the place, and it's not as bad as I thought, but then as the episode progressed, you kind of realised that maybe this is a way to survive, and you keep on living. But with a guy with such a strong moral compass as John has, that's going to be really testing him, and I think that will be a lot for him to live with. And I think sooner or later he's going to have to act on what he knows about this whole situation. So that was really interesting, and how they brought a few other characters into it as well. Dakota was kind of saying, Ginny's obviously covering for someone, so I like that she sees her sister for who she really is. She sees this place for what it really is, but I guess the kind of family ties there. And I feel so bad for Janice, her kind of taking the fall to try and give John a chance to leave, I guess, and find June, start a life. And he did manage to find June and does have a life for himself, but it wasn't, him kind of escaping and finding it elsewhere. He's still kind of trapped there, which obviously isn't what Janice wanted, but the way they kind of manipulated all those events is quite something. So I felt so bad for her, and the fact that her and Cameron were kind of a thing, and then she lost him, and she felt like she didn't have a lot more to go on anyway. I think he was kind of like her crutch for getting by, and without that, she didn't see much point, unfortunately. And along with that, trying to protect John and get him out of there, try and give him a good life that she can't have. She kind of resigned herself to this fate, which is brutal and awful. And Strand says it was her idea to do the whole confession arc, but Strand says a lot of things, as we saw in episode 2. That whole, what was his name? Did I write it down? I don't know if I did. I think it was Sanjay or something in episode 2, who Strand kind of stabbed and threw to the walkers, and he was like, oh, he made his choice, I tried to stop him, so maybe he's just twisted that situation again, in order to ensure, needs of the many, needs of the few. He's obviously close to John, and he kind of helped throw Janice under the bus so that her and John didn't both go down. So in that sense I can see Strand's reasoning, because if only one person has to go down instead of two, he's going to lean towards that option, even if it's not morally right. We know Strand is very much in the morally grey area, particularly with what they're doing with him this season, and I don't know how I'm feeling about it. I don't enjoy seeing Strand be like that, because it's just you see Strand in season 1 and 2, you see him, in season 6, 5 years of watching that character, and he's just fallen back to his old habits. It's like, well, he's exactly the same character. Is that really interesting to me? I'm leaning more on the side of no at the minute, but I think maybe in the long run there's going to be an interesting story with him. There seems to be a few slow burns going on, like the whole Daniel thing as well. So we'll have to wait and see. I'm not like dead against it. I'm still enjoying it. And it is causing a bit of conflict. Obviously, John did not approve of Strand's actions in this one. So that kind of puts their relationship in an interesting position to how it was when they first reunited in the episode. So we'll see what happens. And Strand's just, you know, doing what he does best. And I think through his fear, he's leaning on what he thinks he needs to do to survive. And that's kind of his main motivation right now. So it's kind of a shame to see him slide back into that and who he used to be. But I can still understand it. I do get his reasonings in this episode, even if I don't necessarily agree. And to see Jacob the rabbi again as well, I really liked him in last season. He was one of my favourite aspects of last season, along with Grace. We've got some good characters last season, maybe not the best plot lines. To see him pop up again, have a few words of wisdom. I think he was trying to dilute that fight, I guess, and dilute John's attempts of finding proper justice, because he just knew he would get his friend killed and make things all the worse and cause, you know, spread loads of fear around his community. So he's trying to protect that peace. And again, I can understand it. Do I agree with it? I'll have to think on that. But there are a few interesting shifts in relationships with this episode and this whole kind of thing. So I really, really appreciate what they did with that, and just the whole idea of this plot line with this like murder mystery thing and the corruption, cover-ups. Really, really good stuff. I loved it a lot. Detective John Dory needs to be a show right now. So yeah, I enjoyed everything with that. And then Morgan as well, he had his own little quest to try and find Grace, which I liked, and he still has the dog, which I like just as much because dogs. And his interactions with those guys at the end, I think they were from episode 1, them like talking about the key. Morgan has it. I'm very intrigued to see where they're going to go with that. I've seen quite a few shows do that. Oh, this is a mysterious key. What does it unlock story? And a lot of the time the answers are underwhelming. So if it's like a season-long thing, what the key's about, I think that may be a bit too long. So we'll see what happens and what the key is going to unlock. We'll have to wait and see. I don't know if it like activates a nuclear missile in that submarine or something. I'm not sure, but we'll see. But I am interested in that mystery and that key going on as well. So good stuff with all of that, and just to see Morgan take down a few arseholes was also very enjoyable and pleasing to me. So overall, really, really great episode. Love this one a lot. Just this season is just killing it. Long may it continue. And yeah, hopefully in the next few episodes we'll see a few more characters we haven't checked in with yet. There's not many left now. We haven't seen Luciana, but that's not a surprise because this show constantly forgets Luciana's in the show, so of course she's probably going to be like the last bloody person we see. But outside of that, have we seen basically most everyone else? Pretty much. So we're nearly there, and maybe then we can work towards getting everyone together. But yeah, really, really good episode. I enjoyed this a hell of a lot. And until my next reaction, thanks for watching.